Maybe you've already seen the photos.
Bright turquoise water, giant granite boulders, and people squeezing through caves like it's a hidden beach maze.
We're visiting the baths at Virgin Gorda.
And the question is simple.
Do the views and the experience actually match what the photos promise? This is one of our shorter deep dives. One place, one experience.
No full itinerary here, just the good stuff.
Our longer videos show how everything connects across a trip.
Subscribe if you want to keep traveling with us. Today we're doing a full deep dive into the baths on Virgin Gorda.
We cover how you get here, what it costs, how long it takes, what the route is actually like on foot, and what we do differently to make it smoother. The baths area sits on the southwest tip of Virgin Gorda, and it's protected as a national park.
Instead of one long sandy beach, the shoreline is defined by massive granite boulders stacked right at the waterline.
Over time, the ocean carves paths between the rocks and forms caves, pools, and narrow walkways.
And that matters because this experience works as a loop you move through, not one spot you stand and look at.
You don't need to have seen our full cruise video for this to make sense.
Our 7 nights on Norwegian Aqua video is linked below if you want to see exactly how this fits into our week and the ship day timing.
Let's start with access, because this is the part that decides how easy your day feels.
If you're staying on Virgin Gorda, it's simple. You take a taxi to the entrance area called Top of the Baths, and from there, everything happens on foot.
The current posted entry fee is $3 per adult and $2 per child. Quick money note, the British Virgin Islands uses US dollars.
And the posted park hours when we visited were 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
For us, this visit was a cruise ship group tour, and our tour had the park entry included, so we didn't have to pay separately at the gate.
Also, because we were on the ship's schedule, we didn't have the option to arrive earlier. If you're staying on Virgin Gorda, arriving right at opening is where the day gets smoother.
Onshore facilities include bathrooms and lockers.
Here's what surprises people right away. There is a one-way system on the trail, and the cave sections create natural bottlenecks.
So timing matters more than people expect.
Here's what this costs through a cruise ship tour. Norwegian Cruise Line lists the baths at Virgin Gorda Adventure from $129 per adult and $89 per child. Prices vary by sailing and availability.
NCL's guidance is to book early because popular tours sell out.
If you're visiting on a ship day, we don't recommend trying to do this independently. It's far from the ship, and delays can stack up fast. A ship-organized tour is the low-stress option.
But if you're staying on Virgin Gorda, visiting on your own makes a ton of sense.
One thing to note beforehand is to treat footwear like safety gear. Water shoes with grip make the caves and wet rock sections dramatically more comfortable.
The walk begins at the top of the hill.
A marked trail leads downhill toward Devil's Bay, and the first few minutes feel straightforward.
Then the scenery starts to peek through.
Bright sand, clear water, and that unreal contrast between turquoise sea and warm-toned granite.
Devil's Bay opens up into a wide beach, and it already looks like a postcard.
But the main experience is not the bay. The main experience is what starts a few steps beyond it.
From Devil's Bay, the cave route begins.
The path moves through the boulders, and the scale immediately changes. The rocks feel taller, closer, and more dramatic in person.
Ladders, ropes, and carved steps guide the route through narrow stone corridors.
Some sections involve walking through water, and depending on conditions, short swims.
This is the part everyone comes for.
And honestly, it delivers. It feels like moving through a natural set where every turn gives you a new frame.
The photos capture the color, but they don't capture the sound and echo in the caves.
Or the feeling of stepping from bright sun into shaded stone, then back out into full Caribbean light. Here's the reality check no one really warned you about.
Crowds build quickly, and the caves are narrow.
So the pace is not fully in your control. You wait at ladders, you pause in tight sections, and you move when the flow opens up.
Sea conditions matter too.
Strong swells can affect safe access, and swimming may not be permitted during unsafe conditions.
Taking it slow makes it manageable.
Use the hand lines, step carefully on smooth rock, and assume everything is slippery even if it looks dry.
It's totally worth it if you want scenery you can move through and not just scenery you look at.
But if ladders, tight corridors, uneven footing, or moving water are a hard no, you may want to skip this one. Our tour also offered a modified route for those who wanted to skip the caves and go straight to the beach.
Next time, if we're staying on Virgin Gorda and doing this on our own, we'd aim to arrive right at opening because the one-way flow and the narrow cave sections get much slower once groups stack up.
And one more practical note. If you care about photos, adjust your pace to create a gap between your group and the one following you.
Inside the caves, wide lenses, or the equivalent setting on your phone, work especially well.
If you wait a few seconds between groups, you get cleaner frames with fewer people in the tight corridors.
And if you're carrying a phone, a simple wrist strap or a small dry camera pouch keeps you from thinking about it every step.
This is the replicate the magic moment.
It's the way the place frames light.
The sunlight reflects off the water onto the granite, creating a moving texture.
It's not just pretty, it's design inspiration hiding in nature.
This translates perfectly into coastal wall art, color studies, and photography prints.
And if you like making things, it also maps cleanly to resin pours and other art that mimic wave lines, foam edges, and water depth gradients. If you want the full cruise day context, our 7 nights on Norwegian Aqua video shows how this fits into the week and what it looks like to do a day like this on a ship schedule.
That's the one to watch if you're planning a similar sailing and want the pacing, timing, and what we'd repeat. That's our full deep dive into the baths at Virgin Gorda when our ship visited Tortola.
The visuals live up to the photos, and moving through the caves is the part that makes it feel real.
It's fun, a little physical, and genuinely memorable, especially if you time it right.
If you've done this before, what's the one thing first-timers should know?
Drop your best tip in the comments.
Maps, planning notes, and what to bring are linked in the description.
If you enjoyed this mini guide, please like this video and subscribe to replicate the magic.
Thanks for joining us!